Itu nah teman, itu baris aja. Itu tuh pinggir. Oh, pinggir ke sini maksudnya, bukan pinggir tangan. Terima kasih. Nggak boleh, nggak bisa. Bagaimana? Jadi operator.
Punya aku belum dimatikan. Sí. Teman-teman dan Bapak Ibu, kita mulai ya. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang saya hormati Ibu Dr. Susilis dan Dr. Novus dari University of Malaya, Malaysia. Yang saya hormati Bapak Ibu dosen dan yang saya banggakan rekan-rekan mahasiswa dari Departemen Matematika Fakultas MIPA Universitas Negeri Malang, baik dari sarjana dari S1 angkat tangan Pak. Yang dari S2 angkat tangan. Yang dari S3 angkat tangan. Oh, lumayan banyak. Oke. Baik, alhamdulillah pada kesempatan pagi hari ini kita bisa kembali bertemu, kita bisa kembali berkumpul bertatap muka di Aula 302 ini dalam keadaan mudah-mudahan semuanya dalam keadaan terbaik, dalam keadaan siap walafiat, dan mudah-mudahan kegiatan kita hari ini yang merupakan kelanjutan dari kegiatan workshop hari pertama kemarin, kemudian dilanjutkan hari ini hari yang kedua, mudah-mudahan nanti berjalan dengan lancar dan yang paling penting bisa memberikan manfaat gitu ya untuk segenap teman-teman yang hari ini hadir di ruangan ini. Kemudian juga saya menyampaikan terima kasih atas kehadiran dari teman-teman semuanya. Jangan lupa yang hari ini hadir tapi belum register ya. Linknya sudah ada semua ya? Sudah daftar semua? Oke, yang belum nanti silakan register, kemudian jangan lupa daftar hadirnya ada di depan begitu. Kita hari ini akan melanjutkan dari sesi pertama kemarin. We will continue our first session yesterday, and today we will discuss. Our expert will present about practical aspect, maybe practical aspect on analyze qualitative analysis begitu. Jadi kalau kemarin beliau berdua sudah menjelaskan terkait dengan konseptual gitu ya dan teori terkait dengan analisis data kualitatif, penelitian kualitatif, dan hari ini nanti akan mempraktekkan bagaimana analisis data kualitatif dilakukan selama kurang lebih 3 hours until 12. Jadi nanti silakan dinikmati gitu ya, dinikmati. Kalau nanti ada pertanyaan mungkin langsung saja bisa respon ya. Jadi kalau ada pertanyaan nanti mungkin bisa respon saja, tidak kita buka sesi pertanyaan khusus, jadi mungkin interaktif saja nanti dengan Bu Susi dan Dr. Novus, nanti interaktif saja kalau ada, karena sifatnya praktek gitu, nanti dia akan memberikan contoh. Dan teman-teman ada yang sudah pernah pakai NVivo atau belum? Belum ya. Ada yang punya NVivo yang license tentunya, nyoba saja belum kalau dia license. Nanti mungkin akan diberikan banyak insight lah tentang bagaimana analisis data secara kualitatif. Nanti akan diberikan contohnya termasuk menggunakan software begitu, dan software apa yang digunakan nanti kita tunggu dari beliau berdua. Baik, kita dulu. Please welcome Dr. Susilis and Dr. Novus. Saya tidak perlu perkenalan lagi ya, karena kemarin sudah. Time is yours, Dr. Susi and Dr. Novus.
saya diri ya. So, kalau saya di bawah saya tidak nampak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi. Sangat fresh ya. Yes. Okay. Sebelum saya dengan Rufus continue daripada yesterday's session, sedikit saya ingin reiterate. Once you have collected your data, the most important thing before you can even use MGO or whatever, adalah kita perlu prepare data. Prepare data untuk dianalisis. Jadi semalam kita sudah bincang some of our sources adalah mengenai interview. Betul? Okay, sama ada kita interview secara individu atau focus group. Okay. Bila kita buat focus group, jangan dibuatnya grupnya terlalu ramai. Semalam saya ada tanya dan ada pelajar menjawab 5 to 6. That's okay, 5 to 6. Alright, okay. Okay. Next we have observation and we have document analysis as well. So bila kita membuat qualitative antara sumber-sumber data adalah interviews, our observations, our documents. Okay, bila saya sebut dokumen, maknanya dia luas. Dia boleh menjadi dokumen curriculum, boleh menjadi polisi, boleh menjadi journal atau diary yang kita berikan kepada partisipan untuk ditulis. Okay, next. Bagaimana kita hendak prepare data ini? Okay, first of all, dan selalu persoalan pada saya adalah, ialah kita bercakap. Jadi kita bercakap, biasa kita ada U, ya ke, alamak, semua segalanya masuk di dalam interview tersebut, betul? Tidak ada bila kita interview orang yang cakap secara terlalu formal. Terutamanya kalau kita interview students, kalau interview anak-anak. Ya, bisa? Sebab mereka natural. Okay. Tetapi challenge dia bila kita interview adult, apa challenge dia? Apa challenge dia? Saya suka buat apa saya suka buat. Apa challenge dia kalau kita interview orang dewasa? Katalah anda nak interview saya, perspektif dosen daripada patient. Apa satu cabaran yang boleh kita berikan? Apa rasa? Kalau nak interview saya sekarang. Kenapa bagi mic kat saya? Timing. Tapi the most important thing is what? Kejujuran. Betul? Kalau dengan anak-anak sangat mudah. Tanya apa saja, semalam saya cerita ikut anak-anak kan. Kata saya ni tak cukup, dia pakai baju kurung sama 2 kali pergi sekolah. Kesian cikgu ni dikasih minggu dua sama saya. Alright? Bila kita interview dengan participants yang dewasa, the first thing, paling penting, very very important, mesti buat. Kalau tidak buat, tak akan dapat data yang baik. Ialah kena establish rapport. Kena ada suatu hubungan dengan participant. So, biasa kita akan berjumpa, first time datang, jangan terus di-interview. Okay, Bu, saya nak interview sekarang, Ibu tentang apa persepsi Ibu tentang blok. Saya pun macam, awak ni siapa? Saya tak kenal. Tapi kalau saya sudah selesa, saya akan bercakap. Sampai awak kena suruh saya stop bercakap. Banyak sangat cakap. Right? So, bila kita buat qualitative data collection, kalau interview, first thing, especially adults, right? Macam all of you adults, bila kita interview orang dewasa, the first thing kita kena bina rapport dulu. Dan dia, kalau tak kenal lagi, boleh kita bertemu, sebab saya nak bagi sedikit briefing tentang what is this research about, are you okay, berkenalan. Okay, once sudah establish tu, orang pun selesa, saya pun kenal. Okay, macam saya kenal, right? Okay. Bila kali kedua, lebih selesa. Jadi kita mulalah bertanya. Jadi bila kita hendak membuat interview, kita perlu ada skillnya. Bukan terus duduk, buka protokol. Soalan pertama, apa pandangan anda? Soalan kedua, tidak. Dia kena praktis dulu. Kalau nak praktis, sebaik-baiknya jangan praktis dengan kawan-kawan. Apa yang akan berlaku? Gelak-gelak. Betul? Rasa-rasa, jangan. Ambil orang yang kita tidak kenal. Kawan kuliah sebelah ke, memang tak kenal sangat. So, bila kita nak buat, especially main source of data kebanyakan masa adalah interview. Dalam banyak-banyak sumber data yang very popular is interview. So dia memerlukan skill. Jadi sebelum kita nak pergi keluar and collect your qualitative data, you must have the skill first. The interview skill, even observation. Observation pun kena ada skill dia. Bukan setakat duduk tengok, you nak tengok apa? What is it you want to see? So everything you do, what questions you want to ask, what is it that you want to see? The document apa yang nak dikumpulkan? Dalam dokumen apa yang nak dilihat? Dia tak macam kuantitatif, mana Dr. Nupus dah jelaskan tentang kuantitatif. Kualitatif ni dia agak luas aktivitinya. Sebabnya, right, mana ada soalan. Bagaimana saya nak pastikan validity dengan soal? That one later we will, besok ada research kita akan ceritakan lagi tentang that aspect. Because when nature kita kumpulkan data, dia datang dari sumber apa? Manusia. Dokumen. Benda yang bertulis. Jadi bila sudah interview, kena sediakan transkrip. Bagaimana nak sediakan transkripnya? Itu kena, sama ada gunakan Word document. And biasanya kalau saya dulu, masukkan struktur dia macam mana. Right? And every line tu nanti dia ada tanda-tanda dia. So you have to prepare it. Jadi the question is, do I type everything I hear? Most perlu kali tidak. Tetapi masa anda buat first time transcription, kalau tak nak fikir, letak je apa yang dengar. Okay, letak je mama, okay dah. Then what I usually do is the second time round, then bila saya tengok transcript tu, saya cleankan data. Cleankan the data means that, for example, kalau dia sampai 3 kali, you dah tak, you transcript 3 kali, tak payah buat 3 kali, sekali cukup. So there are things that itu pun memerlukan bengkel yang satu. But what is important is, bila dengar, you typekan. Transcribe. So jangan terlalu gairah, cakap 2 jam bestnya, 2 jam nak transcribe. Boleh bayangkan, sebab you akan tak dengar apa balik, tak dengar apa balik. Kalau 10 minit dah ambil masa sejam untuk you nak type itu. Kalau pendengarannya bagus, tidak apa. Kalau pendengar kurang, so kena pastikan bila membuat rakaman tu betul lah. So sediakan transkrip interview. Okay, yang kedua, observation. Observation bila buat dia punya tools dia adalah observation sheet. Apa yang anda sediakan untuk dibawa? What is that handout? In that observation sheet, what is it aspect yang you nak tengok? What the teacher say, the activities benar, what are students doing. So you decide based on what is it you want to see. And then at the side then you akan buat catatan kan. Bawa ke tempat lapangan tu and catat. Tetapi bila kita observe, manusia dia akan bergerak stop. Okay, di tengah ni, okay, tidak. Dia akan sentiasa berlaku pergerakan. Jadi di situ kita kalau boleh minta izin, kalau di Malaysia sangat strict sekarang ni. Sebab kes senang disebarkan sosial media, untuk kami rakamkan dulu boleh, kami masuk kelas, kami rakamkan perjalanan kelas diizinkan dulu. Tetapi sebab sekarang ni terlalu banyak sosial media dan di-upload, jadi kementerian sekarang very strict untuk memberi izin untuk kita rakam apa yang berlaku di dalam sekolah. Jadi kita etik secara kualitatif atau apa-apa research etik secara tinggi, especially for qualitative. Sebab you akan study behavior orang. So kena pastikan bila qualitative ethics tu clear. Right? And kena beretika. Jadi kalau observation tidak dibenarkan buat rakaman, saya tidak dibenarkan buat rakaman masa S3 saya susah. So apa saya buat? Saya sediakan satu handout dengan lots of paper, saya cepat-cepat catat. Tapi saya catat secara cepat-cepat. So pergerakan tengah berlaku. Saya tak boleh rakam. Right? So I have to go into fix. Once I leave the class, I cepat-cepat betulkan catatan tu sebab dia masih fresh. Then baru saya transfer. Right? Okay? So, that observation sheet, bila saya transfer, saya type nicely, ada 3 columns. The first column is apa aspek saya tengok, and then what I have observed. And tepi tu is for me to nota, whatever I want to catat. So, I sediakan the observation data. So, the interview, my protocol, I transcribe and observation sheet kat situ. Okay, the same thing kalau dokumen. Anda mau lihat dokumen, macam good text, tengok curriculum, tapi apa yang nak tengok? So dokumen lebih mudah sikit. Atau nak lihat lesson plan guru, right? Ataupun nak lihat kertas kerja, worksheet, activity yang disediakan. So apa yang saya tengok? So saya sediakan satu form. You decide. That's the thing about qualitative. Dia tak ada standard macam semalam Dr. Nupus dah share. There is no standardization in terms of analysis. Neither is there any standardization in terms of saya nak observation. Bagaimana rupa dia? Dia tak ada rupa dia yang decide apa rupa dia. Sebab dia yang nak tengok apa. Alright, okay. So prepare all this. Once you have all this, right? Then baru kita pergi kepada analisis. Now, analisis ni saya selalu tekankan to my students. When you do analysis for qualitative menggunakan teknologi ke AI, this is data management. Semalam saya dah cakap, bila kita buat qualitative, the instrument of analysis is the searcher. Sebab anda cuba nak memahami. Bukan NTPO tu nak memahami orang, tak. Yang memberi makna kepada data, yang you akan tengok code, you akan tengok the sub-team and the team is you. Kan semalam kadang-kadang kita bagi contoh, Nova kata pasal interpersonal relationship, betul? Tapi kalau saya yang membuatnya, saya akan panggil human relationship. Tapi tidak salah. Dua benda istilah yang berbeza tetapi masih di dalam makna yang sama. Itulah kualitatif. Tapi kalau katalah saya letak, okay, Dr. Nova letak interpersonal relationship, and then there I put my team as, let's say, for example, let's say, benda yang contohnya macam things I don't like, for example lah, dia tak satu contoh yang baik, itu dah tak boleh diterima. Sebab bila kita tengok balik pada kategori code, what do you mean by things you don't like? Dia tak ada makna. You cannot work backwards. Bila kita buat analisis daripada code kategori teams, I must be able to say if this is your team, how you got your team? Because I look at the sub-teams. And how you get the sub-teams? Because I look at the code. Saya kumpulkan ikut ciri-ciri. So qualitative in terms of semalam ada question reliability or trustworthiness, I can read the build up from left to right to the consistent, the memberi makna. Okay, so sekarang saya akan pass kepada Nufus. So sekarang ni dia akan tunjuk contoh bila dah dapat satu data, bagaimana nak gunakan NVivo. But please remember, saya selalu pesan, NVivo, Atlas TI, whatever it is software to manage your data. Sebab zaman saya S3, NVivo ni baru je keluar. Jadi, bagaimana yang kami yang sebelum NVivo ni, kami secara manual. Saya kena sediakan Excel ke Word document, copy paste. Jadi saya kena baca satu. Saya kena jadi NVivo, dia nak baca. Right? Okay? Tetapi dia lebih mudah sebab saya yang buat, saya membaca, saya beri makna. In this case, you have the technology to make it faster. Correct? Right? So you put in, for example, if I want to look at my first research question is looking at challenges. What are the words that you consider to be challenges? Difficult, horrible, whatever. Okay, itu tak situ, nanti dia tarik semua daripada transcript. But remember, there are some things in the transcript which don't use this word, yang tidak menggunakan istilah ini tetapi memberi makna. Saya sangat tak selesa. Hati saya berdebar-debar bila itu masih memberikan makna, itu challenge dia juga kan. Atau ada benda dia tak suka. Dia bukan satu word yang dislike. I don't like, tidak suka, tak bisa. Tak. Dia kadang-kadang penerangan percakapan orang membawa makna kepada satu perkataan tu, which software tidak boleh tarik sebab anda sudah fix perkataan yang nanti. So bila anda gunakan teknologi ini, tarik semua, okay, semua you punya tu based on you have to look back at the transcript, your observation ataupun apapun saja untuk melihat ada tak yang tertinggal. Sebab saya banyak kali, saya sudah S3, saya banyak tertinggal. Saya akan minta raw data dia. Saya minta raw data, okay, transcript mana ni? Saya ambil, saya akan baca. So saya macam sama-sama membuat analisis dengan dia. Jadi bila dia tentang, saya akan nampak ada benda yang dia tidak ambil kira sebab dia hanya bergantung kepada software sahaja. So for qualitative data, anything, especially interview, before you masuk dalam NVivo ke whatever, read the whole transcript. Macam kita membaca cerita, orang tu berceritakan. So my supervisor always says, read the transcript one round to get the feeling. Oh, this person. Oh, sekarang kita tahu orang ni beginilah pandangan dia. Kita ada satu bayangan overview. Then put into your data analysis, tarik dan break it down. Okay? So important, remember, jangan hanya itu yang ditarik NVivo, itulah saja. Tidak. Sebab di situ akan hilang beberapa yang mungkin ada istimewanya tentang your research. Dan mungkin datang daripada seseorang yang bukan menggunakan istilah biasa percakapan dia. Okay? Alright? Okay, so saya pass dekat sekarang.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum and good morning, everyone. Okay, so today I will introduce one of the qualitative data analysis software. But around the world, we have a lot of qualitative data softwares. Recently, because our era integrated with technology, especially artificial intelligence, so also in AI, you can find some to help you to analyze your qualitative and quantitative data. So both of them. Even like the basic one, ChatGPT. ChatGPT also, if you provide your transcript, your documentation, and ask like a critical question about how to analyze or how to find the themes, the code, the memos from your own data, Code ChatGPT will give you some solution, but you need to make sure in the beginning qualitative data. Okay, one of the most popular software, we have NVivo, then we have Atlas TI. It's almost similar. It can help you to manage your data within like short period. So no need to think about time consuming like previously when we usually analyze our data manually. So we need to read like interview by interview. Like let's say you have an interview and your participant give you like around 10 pages for one participant. So it will take time to read and like combine the similar answer from all participants, then copy and paste to your Excel or in Word sometimes, but sometimes Excel can help you to combine the similar code or similar meaning in one row or in one thing. So, but the software or the technology come out to help you um, to manage your data in like organized way, and also the software not only can help you to organize the data or to manage the data, it can help you to like analyze the data, and if you want to draft any chart based on your qualitative data also, NVivo, it can help you to come out with the results, and then in the end of that you report. Okay, I want to start first of all, how can NVivo help you to manage your data or analyze your qualitative data? Okay, first of all, it helps you to manage the data. So, first of all, you need to like create your database. First of all, you need to create a file or create your project. Okay. Then after that, you can like storing from different like text or any documentation, audio, video, or any web resource. Let's say you want to analyze book or any curriculum. So you can find out or search about that, let's say mathematics curriculum. You can find the mathematics curriculum for all levels from ministry website. So you can download all these documents. Then you can import this document to NVivo software. Okay, so also it can help you to manage the ideas. So you can attach any demo or file or any video, so you can import your data to software easily. I will show the step by step after a while. Okay, then query data. So it can help you to identify the commonly occurring words and the collect data related to the theme or the concept. Let's say we are searching or we are running a study about teaching methods. So how many teaching methods it's useful for mathematics and science? So we have a lot of teaching methods. Let's say your interviewer, they answer, maybe they can use flipped classroom in mathematics classroom. So it's one of the teaching methods. Let's say the theme teaching method, then your codes or memos, like many strategies can be under teaching method useful in mathematics education. Okay, then after that, you can come out with your model and report. So it's help you to come out with your model. It can help you to draw a chart or diagram to help you come out with your model, combine all your themes, then come out with the model, then it can help you to report the data or give you the data or your findings. Then after that, you will come out with a discussion based on your qualitative report. Okay, for qualitative analysis, for in vivo, first of all, we need to import our data. Then code based on the data we already import or attach to in vivo software. Then query and visualize. Then summarize, then annotate, or come out with the report. Okay, of course, every software have a limitation. So one of the most important limitations, sometimes some students, let's say they are using Mac or Windows, so it's different for both. So for Windows, a little bit easier to deal with the software. It's similar, but when you want to start download or install the software, sometimes it's a little bit difficult for you, or you cannot, let's say, you cannot like name the project in correct way. So when you want to name your project or start a new project for in vivo, you need to have like some question in your mind. Let's say what type of language I can use or in vivo provide for us. In vivo provide like English language, Chinese, and German. Okay, so these three language you can find it in vivo, or you choose the language you want to run your data. Let's say you are studying Mandarin, so you can find Mandarin in vivo. But other language, it's difficult. Okay, that's why usually we use English. And one more thing you need to remember before name the project, where you want to save your project or your file. Because when you name the project, you need to save it. Better to save it in your own or local laptop or local computer. Don't use like USB or let's say any other email or cloud. Maybe the data will go. So remember to save it in your local laptop or in your local desktop. And one more thing you need to remember before starting running the data or analyzing the data using in vivo, you need to focus on like you really understand the transcript or not. So before you try to using any software, you need to read your transcript or documentation to make sure you have an idea about the transcript or your participant or your interview answers. Okay, and also some researchers feel it's difficult because they don't like technology. So nowadays, like the older lecturer or researcher, they didn't focus more in technology or they don't have interest with use technology in analyzing data. So they prefer the manual analysis. So it will take time, but also some young generation also they like technology, but they are not interested with learning a new knowledge. So also this is one of the limitations and why the researcher educator didn't use technology software for analyzing data. Okay, so here I will start running the analysis by one interview. It's about teaching method for early childhood and okay. Okay, now if you already have installing the NVivo software to your laptop, so you can like open the software. So when you start opening the software, it will give you this screen. Okay, first of all, you need to create a new project. Okay, because you need to have like okay, first of all, you need to create a new project. Then, okay, first of all, you need to save the file under name. So you need to select name, suitable name for your file or for your project. Let's say if we want to mention like interview data or save it under interview data. Okay. Okay. And after that, it will give you here the documents. If you want to like insert the or import the document from before you save, like save the document align with the new project, you can. But if you like don't want to import from the first stage, so you can only just create the project. Okay, then you already create the project. After you creating the project and untitled the project, it will give you this screen. So here we have like the home. Then after that, edit. If you want to edit anything you already upload or any documentation, you can press the edit button. Okay, but still like it will give you like what type of documentation you already import, or because here we didn't import any file, so it's empty. Okay, then after that, the second step you will go to import. So import button, it will give you like the project and the end capture, then the file. Or you can upload any databases. Let's say your data, you save it in Excel. So also you can import Excel, you can import PDF, you can import any type of videos or any image. Okay, let's say here we want to import the PDF. So I choose PDF style. Then this is my data. Okay, my interview data, then import. Then after that, you can rename the file. Let's say if you have more than one file, let's say you have interview, you have observation or documentation, you can mention like first file interview, second file observation, third file documentation or any book. So you can rename as you prefer. Okay, then if you have more than one file, so you can select color for each file, different color, to make sure if there is any connection in the data in these 2 or 3 files. So after you come out with the report, it will give you like, let's say, the first thing, like let's say mathematics education from file 1, then mathematics education from file 2, but it will highlight it with different color. Okay. But here, because we only have one file, so no need to make them. But make sure, or like you need to understand this all data based on the file I already import or upload to the system. Then after that, done. Then here it gives you your data. It will show you like your data, your interview, and the answer, how many participants. Let's see here, we have in this data, we have 399 answers for different questions. Okay, but the main things, it's related to teaching method or effectiveness of teaching method for students. Okay, then after you import your data, you need to look for the First of all, you can mention about coding, or you can start with the memo. Okay, if you want to add any memo or any code to link it with the data, also you can add. But first, let's select code. And also, you can create the code by yourself manually. Like, let's say you already read your data, then you have an idea. This is one of the code. Like, let's say virtual reality. This is one of the code. So you can search about this code manually by creating the. Okay, for here, from here, so also creating, you can create memo, you can create code, and you can add any other documentation, or you can add any cases. Then after you done all, okay, let's say we want to create code, okay, new code. Okay, here, let's say we are talking about teaching. So let's start here teaching. Then if you want to select color, also you can select, let's say we select this color. Okay, then done. So here we have teaching methods, okay? Okay, after you okay, after you need to back to the home. Okay. Okay, after you create, let's say, teaching method code, you need to start reading your data one by one.
Itu sebabnya orang tua macam saya manual. saya lagi cepat daripada
Yeah, like because here, like I think it didn't help that much because here you cannot see very clear.
tapi untuk generasi muda semua nak cepat.
Yeah, but this is like the way how we start using software for data analysis.
Tetapi dia akan laju. Dia akan laju to pull out the data and so you save time. Belakang boleh nampak. Belum selesai ada. I can see.
Can see. Now can see. Now can see.
Yang di belakang kalau tidak nampak bisa sambil zoom di YouTube ya. Jadi ini live stream di YouTube yang Departemen Matematika. Mungkin nanti kalau kurang jelas bisa di zoom di YouTube ya.
And also, I can teach. Like, okay, come out, you want to add any manual. So, supposed to give you direct when you just like highlight, but cannot highlight. Like, cannot give you any direct color. Cannot give you this is under the first. No, it exists one. Yeah.
Endeavour perlu ada khususnya. Dia bukan sekarang ni untuk just tunjuk what Endeavour can do, but you need to go for workshop to learn how to use the.
Or maybe you can like watch video. YouTube video, it will help a lot.
If you watch video, you don't have the software with you. If you go for the workshop, then you have hands-on. The workshop you will learn how to. Because I went for only, saya sempat pergi satu workshop sebelum saya fly balik daripada Australia ke Malaysia. Saya masa tu baru Endeavour baru keluar. That was in 2000. Bukan baru keluar, dia baru popular 2010. Dah lahir dah, boleh ingat. Okay, sebab saya diberikan workshop untuk S3, tapi saya sudah habis, saya sudah balik ke Malaysia. Tapi saya attend satu workshop, dia takes time. Because there are a lot of functions, macam this one you pull, you highlight. But once you understand the system, dia akan very fast, my student very fast. Mungkin saya habis seminggu, dia ambil sehari ke 2 hari, dia tarik, then dia analyse. Ya? Okay. Ini selingan sambil.
Okay. Now, first of all, when you start reading, let's say here, I feel could make difference in children's life. So teach them effectively. So this is the interview about like the job of the teacher, how they teach children. Okay. So let's say in the beginning we name the first food teaching method. Okay, here there is like one word we can say it's like some words related to the food. So if you start like highlight this one, then click right, then you can select the food. Then to existing code, then after that you select then the code you want, like teaching method, then select. Now it give you highlight, mean this this part from your data or from your interview, it can be related to teaching method, like how to teach the student effectively. So this is part of the major factor can lead you into teaching, like how you start teaching the children by like teach the student effectively. Of course, there is some like teaching strategy, teaching method can help you to teach the student effectively. Like, let's say, integrated technology. So some student, like new generation or Gen Z, they have interest with using technology. That's why we involve technology or integrate technology into classroom a lot more than previously. But for the like old generation, some of them they didn't like technology, so they prefer the traditional method. So this is one of the examples. Okay, then after that you need to continue with the other. So here, like coaching, summer vacation, my love of working with kids. So some teacher mentioned they like vocational. So take the student for vocational, and might be this will help them to improve the student or the children's skill by teaching. So when the other code we can name what we can mention like summer vacation. So what's the name or the umbrella for summer vacation? So that be suitable for. Or maybe.
Nampak tak qualitative?
Okay, yeah, maybe. Okay, let's say if you want to focus on the learner, in the beginning you focus on cognitive, okay, cognitive, affective side and psychomotor side. Okay, for the cognitive, of course, you need to integrate or increase their knowledge, information related to the topic. And there is a lot of teaching strategy we can use it to improve the cognitive level. Okay, for affective side, what does it mean by affective side? Anyone have idea? No idea. This is the first time you heard about this.
Like Dr. Noble says, okay, what major factors lead to teaching? Okay, the teaching method. Or, hello, we read, I feel I could make a difference in student lives and teach effectively. Okay, coaching, summer vacations, my love of working with kids. So one of the things could be, what she mentioned, effective. Effective is perasaan. So what feelings are? Do you have a passion with children? So if you have passion with children, where does it come up? I love working with kids. What else? Okay, next one. I decide to go into teaching for several reasons. I love children.
Yeah.
I like children.
Emotional side.
Tarik.
So-
Tarik.
If you have like emotional side, of course, or if you like what do you do right now, because many teachers they didn't like work with kids, especially kids, they prefer secondary or adult. Okay, so some of the one who like, especially the teacher who choose early childhood, okay, they like become to teach a student like the pre or kindergarten student because they love to work with the kids, especially kids, because they feel this is the best age or the best era to like teach the children or give them some knowledge. It can help them in the future. Okay, so here we can add another code. Could be emotional side or affective side. Because affective, it's not only about emotion, it can be values, it can be like interest. Okay? And the third one, psychomotor, it's about skill. If you didn't hear about it, it's about the skill, how to improve the skill. Like, let's say you want to take them outside, like look like physically, or sometimes psychomotor, it can be soft skill, like problem solving, critical thinking, higher order thinking skill also can be. Okay, also here, the favor that my high school band director had for teaching motivated me most. So here, also, maybe you can like, um, maybe you can inspire by others. Like this teacher, her head inspired her to teach the student in this way. So this is one of the most important or the major factor can lead your teaching. If someone inspire you or if you like this job from your heart.
Okay, this actually are real responses, right? We give to our student. Ini sebenarnya ada respons sebenar, bukan kami create kan? So we teach research methodology class for academicians. Yeah. So we wanted to teach the students bagaimana, and so kita dapatkan real data from them. Okay. Tapi this one is secara very kasar, just one go. So what I want to point out is this: when bila kita baca the responses tu sebenarnya saya kata first thing before you sumpat inside the MVivo, you have to read everything. Why? Because when you read all these responses, the codes will start coming up. Why? Okay, let's read. I felt I could make a difference. The question is, what are major factors lead to teaching? I felt I could make a difference in children's lives and teachers. So number one. So what is the key thing? Sebab she thinks she can make a difference. Okay, fine. Next. Coaching, coaching summer vacation. So during summer vacation, she coached, right? My love of working kids. So she loved working kids too. So up there was that want to make a difference. So you catat dekat tepi making difference, or you highlight like Dr. Nur said, the highlight. Ni saya berfikir secara manual. So you have to read.
That's why NVivo is manual version. So it cannot give you like the code, the memo by itself. You need to read. It's look like manual. But the most important thing, you need to read your transcript. This is the first important thing.
Okay, so and then the next one, I decided to go into teaching for several reasons. I love children. Again, love children. I've never loved children, right? Okay, I feel I have natural gift. So next one, she feels she naturally, right? See, all this I can pick up. So the question is, what are major factors that you? So when you read, you highlight the keywords that's something. Then from those keywords, then Dr. Ramos pull out what it can be. Love for children, tarik, whatever that you define it to be. Tapi kalau secara manual, saya kena highlight, lepas tu saya kena copy paste. So the endeavor just pull.
Yeah.
So that is why you must read everything, because as you read, this is raw data. Then you get an idea, one of the things to factor is love for children, motivated, inspired. The favor 40, line 40. Okay, then number 49. Actually, the very good and the very bad teachers I had were factors. So the type of teachers. It could be, Dr. Novus could say, could be experienced the kind of teachers for me. So, dia bergantung kepada how you want to read the code. But dia tak ada salah, because why you can justify, it makes sense, right? Types of teacher or teachers that are experienced, yang penting bila kita analyse, kita boleh justify kenapa you nampak pokok signifikan. Love for children, passionate, feel passion for children. What is passion for you? Love for children, that's passion for children. I like children, also passion for children. Betul? Dia melambangkan semua. Bila ditariknya love, like, hasilnya apa? Semua cakap tentang dia sayang pada kanak-kanak, dia suka kanak-kanak. Itu kot dia. Jadi ditarik semua salah satu kot saya kanak-kanak pada saya.
Okay, then also some teachers, they feel it's very good job because they can be at home at the same time with their children arrive. So that's why they like teaching in the school. So this is not only for children, but for teaching in the school itself or work as a teacher.
Cuba just maybe you can't see, right? Okay, maybe if I read one or two, then you just tell me what you see. Okay, for example, if I say, I enjoy number 50. I enjoy the learning process. I also like working with kids and wasn't ready for the business world. Yang boleh diambil daripada situ untuk menjawab the question which is what led this person to teaching. Okay, I enjoy the learning process. I also like working with kids and wasn't ready for the business world. Itu response-nya. So kalau if you were doing this research, but actually the responses are quite big kan, sebenarnya kalau betul-betul, but this is because kita nak practice dalam kelas. I enjoy the learning process. She enjoy learning. Enjoy learning. Okay, so I will highlight.
Yeah.
Enjoy learning process, the whole thing. One. Next, I also like working with kids. So dia boleh like working with kids. So dua-dua kat situ. Right. Wasn't that itu sebagai penerangan ekstra aja. It wasn't ready for the business world. That's why dia. Okay. Okay. Then next.
Like also here they have my level of music and desire to show others to join and brain. I also enjoyed working with children. Also Athene enjoyed working with children, but she used or play music to teach the children.
So that is why meski perlu membaca raw data transcript to the dulu. Sebab you get a sense, baru kamu rasa, oh inilah conversation. Then when the second time you want to analyze, you dah ada beberapa ideas already, which you will pull out as a quote. Because after that, when you have the quotes, then you need to, kita kata macam, I love children, I like children, I enjoy children. These are the small quote. Bila kita tengok semua, apa yang kita boleh kumpulkan untuk korang sub-team ke kategori passion for kids.
Yeah, passion for.
And you see that? Dia datang daripada like children, love children, enjoy children, 3 quotes. But if I were to intikan lagi, macam kita ambil, wah, di sini panggil jeruk ya, misalnya. Kita jeruk Malaysia lain. Terperangnya, inti dia adalah semua tiga-tiga tu melambangkan apa? Passion for children. Right? So nampak?
And some of them, they mention they need employment or they need to work. So also it's need and it's affective side, like your need, values, motivation, inspire, enjoy. Okay, so here the majority of this transcript or this interview talking about emotional side. So one of the theme should be emotion or emotion in teaching and learning.
Saya pun cuti sama. Ini kita ada all that love children, like children, let's say enjoy kids, right? So I took out the small quotes. Okay, so these are the quotes. Then the next level, okay, dalam qualitative analysis, kita kata we say level of abstraction. Abstraction maknanya kita kena keluarkan inti dia. Macam kalau kita tengok raw, kita boleh keluarkan dia suka kanak-kanak, dia cinta kanak-kanak, dia enjoy kanak-kanak. Same thing. But bila kita tengok all this, Dr. Nupus mention similarity. Kita kumpulkan quotes yang ada ciri yang similar. So kita nak keluarkan tema. Tema maknanya satu istilah ke satu frasa yang dia melambangkan semua yang kecil-kecil formal in the quote. So bila kita kata, okay, my research came up with 3 things. Tapi bila 3 things tu, 3 tema tu sebenarnya bila kita ke belakang quote memang sangat banyak. Okay, so sekarang contohnya ini 3 kod. Kalau katalah saya buat analisis, saya buat semua tu, saya dapati ada this group of coding. Like children, love kids, enjoy kids. Bila saya tengok, saya boleh kumpulkannya melambangkan apa? Passion for children. Betul? Passion dilambangkan like, love, enjoy. So saya groupkan dia. So I make one category that comes up. Only one of the factors is that passion for children. Example. Alright, okay. Ataupun the next one macam could be I love my job. Or okay, next could be passion for teachers, for example. Alright, okay. So from that passion for children, passion for teachers, you can talk about what? They keluarkan something. That is qualitative analysis. That's why daripada sini ke sini, tema dia buat better. If I were to baca tesis tu, saya kata, okay, one of the category passion for children. Where do you get it from? Saya tengok pada kod-kod ni. Make sense tak? Betul tak? Passion. Apa? Like, okay. Everything. Okay, so this part here, sebenarnya qualitative analysis, okay, especially pada level yang PhD, S3 ni, you really need to do a lot of reading. Mesti membaca banyak research untuk memahami what is out there. But mesti pastikan tidak buat pigeonholing yang Dr. Nufus sendiri. A lot of thesis masuk pigeonholing dia apa? Dia membaca, okay, research orang. Dia katalah research saya ada soalan lebih kurang begini, saya ada kategori dia. Ini dah dibaca, kemudian itu diingati, dan bila dia analyse data dia, puas. Oh ini, yang ini, dah. Bukan begitu. It must come from you. Katalah saya buat sendiri, saya dah baca, but I cannot be dipengaruhi oleh apa yang saya baca. Saya kena melihat data dan mendengar data ni sendiri. So bila saya membuka, saya keluarkan passion, oh ada orang lain buat dapatan sama. Dan bila saya lakukan, salah satu tema tu seiring dengan research yang dibuat oleh Dr. Nufus, example. Apa yang berlaku biasanya bila kita membaca qualitative, di dalam literature untuk research sebegini dalam bidang ini adalah tema-tema dia. Jadi bila saya sebagai researcher, saya membuat semula, tapi mungkin saya buat di Malaysia. Bila saya baca, saya tarik mengikuti apa yang saya baca. Tengok. Di situlah kilang novel itu. Kadang-kadang ada satu kod saja tidak boleh dikumpulkan dengan mana-mana kod lain. Jadi dia berdiri sendiri. Tidak ada masalah. Saya ada. Dalam research saya, dia berdiri sendiri. Ataupun bila dikumpulkan ini second level of abstraction ni, yang ini berdiri sendiri. Tidak boleh dikumpulkan untuk jadikan tema. Okay? Itu sebabnya dalam qualitative, you must listen to the data. Anda membaca untuk mengetahui apa research yang telah dibuat dalam bidang ini. Tetapi research anda, okay, your research, what is the data telling you? If the data is telling me, oh, something similar to the other person, fine. But not, oh, orang ni dah buat macam ni, inilah tema dia. Bila saya baca, oh, ini bunyi macam ni, saya masukkan. Jadi tema saya lebih kurang macam orang lain. So you are forcing it. Because bila kita membaca dari sini ke sini, kadang-kadang it doesn't make sense about passion ni. Kadang-kadang ini tak pernah dapat passion. Cuma ni boleh dapat passion. Faham? So that is analysis. So the MB code is what the Nufus strategy code is that. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask something about the process itself. Rather than second guessing things when we do some query work on the data we had, maybe from our interviews, is it better to write the transcript we already our own expected of blank words, so we could categorize the data bit than the randomized words we got from this is or no, because it destroys the level of the abstract linguist data.
Thank you. Do not change anything. Nothing. Raw data is what you see. So for example, if that person says something and that's not clear, you want to replace with another person. Because you do not know what the person, like for example, I asked Dr. Nufus, how do you find the class? Do you find it difficult? And I said, I also find it difficult, but is our difficult the same meaning? Am I understanding my difficult as my difficult? Can be different. Yeah, correct. So you have to ask, so do not change the raw data. When I say tadi clean the data, bermakna di situ, mungkin kadang-kadang bila kita if kata word for word transcription tu, okay, kita kata kita buat
Yeah.
yeah.
This
Right?
is the meaning.
Then so when we clean it, we don't just make we throw away. But it doesn't destroy what is being said. So don't touch the data. You analyze the data and extract it out. Mesti gunakan as for example, question tadi is like this one. If suddenly you ask, you kata susah, saya takut. Apa maksud takut? You jangan letak your takut ke dalam masa dia. Tidak boleh. Itu sebabnya bila kita buat interview, kita kena buat case. You have to learn to listen. Kalau orang tu kata, oh saya tak suka. Kenapa tak suka? You cannot say, oh dia tak suka. Yang you put your meaning, tak suka maknanya lebih susah. No. What do you mean by tak suka? Boleh tak cerita? Contohnya apa? Dia kata, tak suka? Okay, contohnya macam mana tak suka? Saya tak suka kelas tu. Kenapa tak suka? Sebab susah. Apa maksud susah? Boleh bagi cerita? Tu lah. Dia matematik bahasa ni kompleks. So, maksud tak suka tu sebab dia ada masalah dengan bahasa matematik. But you ask another person, that susah to be different. That is the beauty of qualitative.
Yeah, because it's based on your participant experience, not based on you.
So we need to clean up.
Only clean out.
So we okay to clean up things, but rather not simplifying things.
Yeah, don't
So
change.
keep the abstract things. Take it.
Because sometimes, let's say you didn't like write, or sometimes you collect the data by Google Form. So you can like copy paste. This is the whole case from your participant. But some researcher, they prefer recording. Okay, so after that they need to analyze the record or come out with the transcript first, then analyze.
There's also two ways about it. Like sometimes when you interview and then this person stops. Verbatim. When we say sebiji apa yang kita dengar, kita type balik. Call it verbatim transcription. Okay, verbatim. That means segala benda dia cakap kita dengar. Sometimes bila it depends on your research question. Alright, okay. Dia stop, dia macam, so when I transcribe, I put that. For example, the person says, oh, saya rasa susah. Because dia lama dia stop. So I will put there, long pause. Because that long pause could be meaning something. Saya masukkan di dalam situ juga. Sebab masa saya interview, saya ingin dia solve mathematical problem. I wanted to see how he solved the mathematics problem. So he was solving, then he was telling me how solving, then he stopped for a while, long pause. So by right, he didn't say anything, right? But that long pause has a meaning in terms of solving. That means he is struggling. Nampak tak? So I put that long pause.
So struggling or maybe hide something. He don't want to tell everything.
Right? So sometimes you put everything that don't clean macam say clean, so long pause tak payah. Yeah, no. Cleanness is different. So you must put everything in, read again, then only you see. Because usually we don't simply clean.
Yeah. Sometimes we keep it as it, not without cleaning. Okay, so after you read and like let's say you come out with the everything. So here I will add on put let's say like emotional. Because really difficult. So then it meant to I think the urgency they are big. Okay, here also we like enjoyment, like it's type of emotional or love of children. So we can also highlight. Select it with the crew.
Then after they want to create, they need to persevere to explore. But, okay. After you read your transcript and gathering the data, like the same meaning in one code or in one memo, after that, you will come to the third step. Third step, it's about exploring. So this step, after you finalize all coding or all theme you want to create or gather by using this transcript, the exploring will give you like how to find out the word frequency. Let's say love word. How many times love word mentioned in this transcript? How many enjoyment word mentioned in this transcript? Let's say here in our transcript, because it's about like the majority of the participant or teacher, they mention about emotional side. So they mention love, enjoyment, inspire a lot. So they didn't go to the cognitive side more than emotional side. So they like teaching, they love working with kids. They just only talk about enjoyable influences mentioned about teaching method or teaching students effectively. Maybe we can have the teaching in science or mathematics. Okay, so the below part, it will give you like the word frequency, or you can also search about any text in the transcript, or if you want to highlight it as a case, the whole case, or this participant give you the whole scenario about major factor lead to teach. Then after that here, also there is one important thing. You can come up with the matrix coding. So also it can give the matrix for the coding. Let's say start with themes, coding, and example. Or how many words they are related to emotional, or how many words related to teaching, how many words related to learning, how many words related to enjoyable or effective side. So also it will give you here the matrix, like as a after you finalize or code all the data or gather all same meaning in one code or in. Okay, then after that I will give you the chart. See, because here we have only two, we already insert two code. So this is the chart for teaching method and emotional, but also we gather only one example or one related word to each theme. Okay, so this is one of the example. Also, let's say the frequency. So the matrix we suppose to find out the all code or theme. Then after that, it can give you the matrix here because we have only two and we gather only like under emotional, only love, and under teaching method, only teaching effectively. Okay, so that's why I cannot give you like the matrix, the whole matrix, because you need to run the whole coding team or the whole and analyze the transcript. Okay, also it can, so this is the effective chart, and also here it can give us the diagram. So any diagram you want, like compare files, compare codes, if you want to compare codes, or if you want to compare cases. Side only the major factor lead the teaching. The other participant teaching method or the cognitive side. Or if you be like how you teach inside the classroom, or how many strategy you can use in your classroom to improve student skill or student cognitive level, or student information related to the topics. Two different case or two different answer. Okay. And compare five. So you can, let's say, you are team research, or you ask your friend in other university or in other institute to collect same data. Then you have two file for the same interview, but this is in, like, let's say in Malaysia and another in Indonesia. Of course, in Malaysia, the experience and the opinion participants sometimes in Indonesia or other countries. And Vivo, it can also help you to pick the result for same interview from two countries or from different institutes. Okay. Then after that, also, you have the part. Then you want to share it with colleagues or other project members. Also, and Vivo can share it with the other. Like you can export the file to Word, PDF, then share it with your colleague to complete or further the process for same project. Okay, then after that you can, if you come out with the model, after you come out with the matrix coding, if like your data inductive way, so it can give you in the end the model or the conceptual a framework for your data. So also it's help you to download it as a office file or as a other transcript, or also it can be sent to your cloud.
Okay, selepas it's a bit difficult when you don't have the software, but at least you get the gambaran. Yeah. After this, I will try to open my PhD thesis and I will show you how this is doing.
Yeah, then after that, you have visualization button. Okay, the visualization button, it can help you to visualize your final code, final themes, and come out with the chart itself, then come out with the report. But make sure here it can give you like or as a chart, not as a whole report. Okay, and about NDO.
So do not simply translate, especially qualitative. So that is why at the end of the day, you have software or whatware, the researcher is the instrument of analysis. Yang menjadi alat penganalisis data adalah researcher. Sebab you nak memberi makna, nak memahami. Jadi di Malaysia, my students also, bila dia buat dalam
study in countries who didn't understand new language and conducted research here in Indonesia. So you need to translate. But make sure don't change too much.
So you have to get an expert in both languages to see that what the person translate. And when we talk about research methodology, research tomorrow, this is where the 4 steps comes in. The conformability to make sure that we triangulate and pastikan keaslian tak hilang sampai. So the challenge of qualitative is the language. So unless you can come up with the software.
Yeah.
One more question.
Okay, can.
Maaf ya. Take on my first question. If it is handwriting, kan we should change it to computer writing. But if we don't want to change it into computer writing, if we don't want to, we don't want to change it, can NVivo can take notes, right? Can take notes, can highlight it, blah 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 blah, right? Can NVivo make notes or make highlighted or make make itulah based on the handwriting.
Handwriting.
Yeah.
If you upload pictures, can.
Yeah.
If you upload pictures, can.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Mas Wahid.
Thank you for the opportunity. I want to ask, is it okay if I choose one of the words in a website as a code?
Like
Maybe I choose
children.
kids.
Kids.
Yeah, that's kids.
for kids.
Yeah. Not passion for children, but love kids.
Love kids.
Yes.
Okay, you say love kids. Does love encompass like and enjoy?
Yeah.
Passion encompass all three. This is secara mentor supaya nampak macam mana nak connect. But it is a good question. It's a good question. If, for example, this person put down, I am passionate about kids, and then you want to put that part because passionate encompasses dia merangkumi like love semua tu. So if you love kids, the love means like this love means enjoy. So kena very careful. Nanti I will show you. Okay.
Terima kasih atas kesempatannya. Izinkan saya bertanya menggunakan bahasa. Jadi ada 2 pertanyaan, Bu. Yang pertama, ketika melihat data tadi, kami melihat nomor respondennya itu tidak terurut. Nah, itu apakah memang sengaja seperti itu atau memang ada pertimbangan tertentu? Yang kedua, melanjutkan dari pertanyaan sebelumnya mengenai kategori dari code ini tadi. Disebutkan sebelumnya bahwa kita tidak bisa menggunakan apa yang kita baca untuk menginterpretasikan kode-kode ini tadi. Sehingga kita harus membaca semua data, kemudian menemukan kategori-kategori itu. Nah, intuisi kita itu kita dapatkan dari mana? Kira-kira dari sebanyak kata itu tadi kita bisa memunculkan kategorinya itu, saya menemukan 5 atau hanya 3 gitu. Jadi saya penasaran akan itu. Terima kasih.
Okay. Saya bahas Indonesia agak kurang kasar sebab saya dah faham, salah faham betul kan. Okay. The first question tadi is urutannya. Urutan dari segi apa? Oh, nombornya tidak. Oh, okay. The number of the line. Itu sebab kita took some data, not everything.
Not the whole transcript.
Not the whole transcript. Ini sebahagian
This is
kita-
only like short response, but the majority related to each other, like it's almost same answer or focusing on passion for children or how they enjoy teaching kids science, teaching in science or in mathematics.
kita ambil daripada
So this is not the full participant. That's why in the information we talk in the beginning, I mentioned we talk like our participant 399, almost 400. So but we didn't like take the full answer from factor teaching. When you teach like
itu sebenarnya I like but then they show you the it's sesuatu yang tunjuk. Terus ke research question. Second question. Yeah, I'm answering with this. Okay. Untuk what I mean by pigeonholing is this. Let's say you see my research, so I came up with these themes. So anda membaca dan anda membuat sesuatu research. Lebih kurang sama, tapi nak buat dalam konteks Indonesia. Okay, you want to look at teachers' beliefs about whatever. Right. So my findings, itulah finding saya, itulah tema saya. Right? Okay. So you know, oh, some of the tema is this, fine, tak apa. Tapi when you your data analysis, macam tadi I tengok for the first time factors why people quit. Kepala saya melihat pada apa data tu cakap. Tapi I love kids, I like suka kanak-kanak, tapi mungkin saya sebab one of my students did that. Dia membaca semua and then dia tarik dia punya analisis semua tu, itulah tema dia. Tetapi bila saya baca transkrip dia banyak benda hilang. Sebab dia dah fix apa yang dia baca itulah kategori dia dan dia cari dia masukkan. Dia sesuaikan. That's what we call pigeonholing. Kita tak nak pigeonholing. Kita nak kalau keluar kategori sama dengan orang lain tak apa. That means we got something that is similar to other people. But you have to see what the data says. Because ini satu thesis 300 pages. What did you do?
Saya yang mana? Apa dia?
Ya, yang matematika, Pak.
Hah?
Yang mat tadi itu.
Apa dia?
Tapi juga naik turun juga itu. Kuliah, Mat. Ya.
Udah.
Okay, I will show you how the qualitative how from kecil orang cakap yang kecil tu is raw data. Saya tak usik pun. I ambil, I put this one. I do not change anything. I ambil sebiji. But from here to here is where I start giving meaning. And soalan tu memang saya setahun saya analyse data saya setahun. Saya tahun pertama, saya proposal defense, saya kumpulkan data, saya transcribe everything first year. Second year, saya tak betul, baca betul-betul. Betul. This is the internet and this is linked to University of Australia. So kadang-kadang dia agak strict sikit lah. Saya tak bawa dia punya tu. Can download. Okay, so bila when you do the analysis, bukan tak boleh gunakan apa yang baca, tetapi jangan paksa. Do you understand? Dia paksanya is like this. You read. So kalau saya summarize all the things that come out from this kind of research, for example, these are my themes. So of course when we read the data, perkara kita dah baca ada memory-nya, betul? Kita ada memory. So memory tu kita jangan ambil betul-betul sebagai itulah tema dia. Kalau yang kita analyze itu tema dia sama dengan tu tak apa. Do you understand what I'm saying tak? Dia tak boleh kita paksa benda tu ikut yang tu. Apa data tu cakap? Itu bezanya quali dengan quanti. Sebab some people, dia ambil quali, macam student saya nak buat quali, saya kata kenapa nak buat quali? What is the focus of your research? Tak, sebab saya tak nak sampel saya ramai. Tak boleh macam tu. Kita buat research bukan sebab saya tak nak banyak sampel, saya nak sikit sampel. Dia ada cabaran dia. Walaupun sampel you sikit, dia dalam. Dia akan buat macam tu. Sampel you banyak tetapi instrumentation tu jelas. So, dia research ni tentang apa yang you nak cari. Situ. Tengok. Oh, tak ada ya. Oh, okey. Saya try sendiri. Sekejap ya, saya cuba. No, I don't have it as a bigger than a myself. Okay, can you just give me a few minutes? Okay, this is my list here. Let's look at this one. I'll just give you an example. Okay, right. This is my research question. Okay. So my research question, I want to look at teachers' beliefs, but I want to do qualitative case study. So this is my research question. Then I will show you how I analyze data. Okay, so what are the teachers' beliefs about the purpose of classroom assessment in teaching and learning? Number one. Okay, what are the techniques used? Okay, let me go to the next one. Okay, what are the reason they will change how they assess? Sebab maths tu biasa kan paper pencil. And the last one is what are the challenges if they were to change? Okay, right. So I collect data, I mainly interview, but I do observation and document. Okay, so if okay. Interview are just questions I will guide. But ni doesn't mean bukan saya hanya tanya soalan ini saja ya. Dia ada soalan kecil-kecil berdasarkan apa yang di dibicarakan oleh participant, right? So these are my question. First question, remember, saya nak tanya what is the belief about classroom assessment? Okay, why do you do classroom assessment? Semua saya tanya. Jadi kalau dia jawab, dia kata, oh, because I want to know how the students do. What do you mean by do? Or whether they understand. So ditanya banyak kali. So bila ada datanya, okay, for that saya tunjuk ini adalah journal semalam kita ada bincang atau reflective account which saya berikan kepada guru untuk mereka alright menjawab and they teach a certain lesson. So I told them, can you just give me 6 reflections, any 6 lessons, right? And these are the questions I want you to think about and you can write whatever you want. Were you satisfied with the assessment you use? What of the part of assessment? So ini guiding questions. Guru kena fikir, reflect, and then they will type as much as they want and give it to me. So ini document. Kan? Kita ada document, kita ada observation, kita ada interview. Alright, okay. So, right. Now, ini saya dah skip. Saya dah interview, saya ada satu case study. Case study ni namanya saya guna dulu. Jangan gunakan nama sebenar orang. Itu ethics ni dalam qualitative. Kalau interview saya, tak boleh gunakan nama saya dalam thesis. Bagilah nama saya apa. Saya biasa tanya orang tu. Kalau nak diberikan nama apa, saya nak panggil dulu. Panggil lah dulu. Alright, okay. So sekarang ni, the first research question was, what is the purpose of classroom assessment for the teachers, right? The first research question. So saya interview dulu, macam tadi Dr. Nurul tunjuk transcription dia, saya membaca, saya semua, then saya highlight. Jadi bila saya highlight, yang keluar adalah semua kod ni. Based on dulu sahaja. Ini adalah kod dia. Alright, ini adalah this is the code. Right. Now, kalau kita lihat pada transkrip ini, saya itu ada dalam lebih kurang 5 muka surat. 5 pages. 5 pages, I have only how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, more than 10 codes. Now, code tu, kalau saya baca line ke-11, dia sebut lagi, to understand teachers teaching. Lepas tu line ke-20, dia ulang lagi, understand sebut. So, saya tulis satu code saja, walaupun diulang banyak kali. Faham? Okay, so jadi bila saya analyze, this is the code. This is the exact words orang tu cakap. Saya ambil raw data dia, saya keluarkan. So bila saya keluarkan, the code cakap tepi like children, all that. So understand teachers teaching, proceed with teaching, move on with teaching, blah 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 semua. Then what I did was, saya listkan di tepi, ini sebab dah cantik ya, saya listkan di tepi dan saya lihat. Saya cuba membaca apa yang saya boleh gunakan. So I noticed that understand teachers teaching cuma satu je. Jadi saya keluarkan tu when she said I want to assess because I want to understand teachers teaching, dia berkaitan dengan quality teaching. Itu saya punya interpretation bila saya baca. Right? So that means code tu melambangkan quality of teaching. But it's only one code. Tak semesti banyak-banyak. Right? Sebab tak ada yang boleh digarapkan, dikumpulkan. Okay, next. Proceed with teaching. Move on with teaching. So I saw move on teaching. Maknanya how I want to move the direction of teaching, right? So those two codes I collapse. What is it talking about? Direction of teaching. Move on. Proceed. Apa kata yang boleh gantikan yang melambangkan proceed, move on? Direction. So daripada tadi kan, like children, love children, enjoy children, I have passion for children. Okay, right? So if for example, one of my code was direction with teaching. Katalah bukan proceed direction with teaching. Kemudian move on teaching. Dan tadi ada persoalan, boleh tak saya tulis? Boleh. How much student understand? Evaluate student understand. Satu, how much evaluate? What is it telling me? It's telling me about students understanding. So saya kumpulkan and say inform students understanding. Okay, so bila saya all this, and I look at the categories do I have? 1, quality teaching. 2, directional teaching. 3, inform student. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've reduced it, for example. Dan daripada sini, ini first level of instruction, right? Daripada sini, ini saya gunakan untuk menulis case study lah. I use my mind map lah. Okay, itu tak perlu. Okay, nampak ni. Tadi kategori kan. Okay, so from that kategori, bila saya listkan kategori tu, then banyak-banyak I kumpulkan dan I find that, now kategori ni adalah merentas all my case study. Tadi I buat, okay, this one is, maknanya kalau saya ada 6 case study, saya ambil semua kategori, I see where, I buat jadual tadi sama, listkan, and now I groupkan. So, now, if I look at all this, what is it trying to tell me? When you talk about first research question, the purpose of assessment, direct teaching, teaching pace, teaching effectiveness, adjustment for future assessment, teaching assessment. What is that? Instructional decision. Itu sebabnya you kena membaca. You must, you perlu pakar dalam bidang yang you nak buat research tu. Tapi masa saya buat ni tak ada hebat macam ni boleh keluarkan ni. Struggle juga. Right? Tapi how I come up with that is untuk menjawab soalan, saya banyak membaca. So tapi saya mesti lihat pada data tu. Direct path of teaching. Teaching pace. Teaching effectiveness. Adjustment for future assessment. Teaching, assessment, learning are all instructional. Betul? Instructional decision kan? Yang apa yang kita buat di dalam kelas. So itu semua dikumpulkan sebagai what is it telling me? It will give me information, feedback for instructional decision. So itu tema dia. To answer the first research question, what are teachers' beliefs of why they want to do assessment is because they want feedback for instructional decision. Besar. Kalau my examiner, dia akan baca, macam mana you dapat tu? What gave you feedback? Oh, this one, this category. Okay, direct teaching pace. How you get direct teaching? Patah balik lagi. What were the codes that you use? Faham? Okay. So when we say, kalau kita tanya orang qualitative, they always say, let the data speak to you. Yes, kita dah baca artikel semua, kita tahu. These are some of the things memang betul. Tapi mungkin wording gunakan lain. Tetapi jangan macam, sekarang you see my research, and then you do your research in Indonesia. You understand? That's what we call pigeonholing. Because if I were to read your transcript, maybe you have something even better. Tapi sebab you dah, ni orang dapat, saya mesti dapat. So bila kualitatif, kita bersama dengan macam dia baca surat cinta you, itulah dia cakap apa ni? What is your participant trying to tell you? Saya tak suka, apa maksud tak suka? Macam mana nak buat suka? So suka tu, kalau saya tanya semua orang bilik tak sama maksud dia. Tetapi bila saya tanya semua, ada 10 jenis makna suka, dan saya bagi kumpulkan. Suka dalam ni maksud dia ada 3 jenis besar. That's what it is qualitative. Let the data talk to you. Itu sebabnya when you interview, you have to kenal dulu orang tu. Jangan terus, saya interview, sekarang tu. Memang orang tu takkan jawab. Saya kalau post orang tu pun. Okay. Mesti tak ada apa-apa. So first thing, kena kenalan dengan orang tu. Second, tanya soalan pun slow. So mungkin pergi 2-3 kali. Right? Okay. So bila you deal with that person, especially interview, you dah kenal pribadi orang ni, you're going to this case study, then you will try to understand what the person is trying to say to you. Right? Then that is the beauty of qualitative. Because like Dr. Nubus says, you want to understand people. Quantitative is different. You're trying to look at overall. All right? You're not trying to understand, but you're trying to see what in general in a bigger group. Okay, so dia ada cara.
Quantitative, the majority is predicting. So, quantitative, you predict your hypothesis, but in qualitative, it's everything open. So you leave the space for your participant to answer based on their experience. So you didn't specific the answer like quantitative research.
Okay. Si saya bagi ini zaman dulu lah 2007 ya. Okay.
Ya.
Saya buat PhD saya 2007. Umur berapa? Okay, alright. Jadi saya buat observation. I have to come up with my observation sheet. So the question is, what do I want to see? This is what I want to see because based on my research question. I nak tengok type of assessment. I want to see instruction given, material used. Tetapi saya tidak dibenarkan buat rakaman. Itu susahnya. Kalau saya buat rakaman, saya boleh tengok ulang, saya catat. Tetapi pada masa itu saya tak dibenarkan. So kita dalam buat research kena ada ethics. Kalau guru tu kata no, you cannot video me, tak boleh. Okay, so apa saya buat? This is what I have, but I have a lot of paper I catat. Tapi I have my short form lah. The moment I keluar daripada the class, I straight away sit in the staff room and quickly catat betul-betul apa yang saya nampak based on my. Okay, so this is the observation sheet that you can come up with. Okay. Okay. This one, I create myself a working sheet for individual case study. So, soalan kajian saya. Tapi this on dulu, okay. All I answer in terms of minggu. Inilah minggu punya worksheet. Ada dulu, ada apa, ada 5-6 orang. So I created this procedure. But the inti is what is it you want to know, how you want to arrange your data. Itu kena jelas. Yang ini saya gunakan mind map. Saya bentangkan ke my supervisor. Kalau dulu for question 5 of my research question, Lulu sahaja ni case study, this is what Lulu is saying in terms of what she is suggesting for my research question yang kelima. So daripada sini saya gunakan ni untuk menulis case study. So saya akan tulis, tetapi di bawah selepas itu saya ada gambar rajak untuk memudahkan. Itu saya fikir sendiri. This is what I wanted to do. So I find that because I'm a maths person, saya simple. Sampai saya, alright, okay. So this is just examples of so this is the category and so forth, alright, okay. Itu saja. So jelas ya bila kita buat abstraction, level abstraction, right? Okay. Ada yang bertanya? Saya tahu dah lebih masa. Any question?
Masih cukup.
Okay. Any? Ibu tadi menjawab soalan tadi? Bukan tak boleh, boleh. Kita punya inspirasi intuition datang dari pembacaan, tetapi jangan ambil tu and pause kan. You do the same research as me. You may come up with say similar atau you have more. That is the novelty of your consistency. Kita berbeza. Any question?
Okay, thank you for your opportunity. My question, and Vivo actually, it is possible for us to combining when we analyze that, the combining based on collection tool can question interview because you have the space to upload more than one document. So if you like, let's say you want to combine the data for interview and for observation, it can. And in Vivo also it can like connection between these two files. More than that can also. Video, audio can also. Pictures. Can. Okay. you find the theme in your research actually. So it is this is our conclusion based on my and children learning technique.
Yes. I think this is the result. Result. This is the result part. Like after you come out with good themes, categories, everything, this is your result. By your part to interpret that result. So you cannot only simply put the chart, the tables itself, like only the theme, the code. So you need to interpret or elaborate a little bit more about your result.
Oh, okay. My research at that time tidak ada teori. Sebab pada masa itu assessment theory tidak ada. Qualitative ni tak semestinya mesti. This is also a debate.
Yeah.
This is also a debate.
So Dr. Suzy researched previously inductive coding. So inductive coding, she don't have any theory to relate. She come out with her model by herself, like theme category by her from her raw data.
Because the theory needs to have aspects about. When I tried to find 2007 masa tu, baru assessment was beginning to be berkembang. So pada masa tu tidak ada satu teori assessment. Selepas saya graduate, keluar macam-macam. Sebab saya membuat research pada ketika orang yang membuat research. That's why I tried to find. When I told my supervisor, she said two things. Either don't know how to search. Question, for example, what are the barriers? There is no theory of barriers. There's no theory of what are barriers. But it challenges me. So qualitative is an and the what do you call this? The themes is the findings of everybody talk so many things. Apa intipati nak cakap kat saya sebenarnya? Bila saya tanya soalan ni, kenapa buat assessment gini, 6 orang cakap. Okay, macam punya transcription, observation. At the end, hasilnya adalah itulah tema. That is the reason why they did it. That is the key. But I use my method. I decided to use my method untuk memudahkan reader. Bila dia baca case study kan banyaknya perkataan. Jadi saya orang maths, jadi saya kata mungkin saya buat my method untuk summarize, to help. Just as a macam kita buat methodology chapter. Kita tulis tapi sometimes some people they have very nice methodology chapter punya flow. I forgot I did that also for my thesis. So itu terpulang pada masing-masing lah. Tak ada isu boleh buat poli ke kuanti tak. Itu penulisan, itu gaya penulisan you can put in the table if you find it will help. Tapi don't do this. Sometimes we read quantitative research, findings, itu sudah ada tablenya. Tapi dia menulis cerita tablenya dalam perkataan. Sepatutnya if that value of me more or significant, not significant, what is it mean? Dia tidak signifikan sebab nilai dia kurang 0.05. Apa maksud tak signifikan kat situ tambah 1, 2. Jangan diceritakan table tu. Kita boleh baca. Untuk kategori ni, nilai berapa, itu dah ada dalam table. So when you write your findings chapter, alright, is interpretation. But interpretation mesti didukung oleh data. Bukan suka-suka je, saya rasa tak boleh. Dia mesti didukung oleh data. Data tu cakap apa? Kalau 0.5, let's say, what does it mean? This is what it means, tak significant. What do you mean tak significant? Dia tak penting contoh. Stop like that. Jangan panjang-panjang. Then the conclusion chapter is, when you say not significant, what does it mean to your research question?
You need to refer back to your research question when you discuss your result. Then support your findings with other literature review if have. There is some study mentioned there is significant relationship between critical thinking and problem solving. By your study mentioned there is no significant. So you need to explain why the result different than other studies.
Just like in qualitative, these are the themes you come out. For example, let's say you do an area tiba-tiba tak ramai buat definition. Ada 2-3 research. Inilah tema dia. So you look at your themes. Most of them similar, but suddenly you have 2 themes that are different. So you put there that from your research, although your these 4 themes, okay, selari, seiring, same with these people, but these other 2 themes or something that came out from the research blah blah blah. Itulah novelty-nya tu. Alright?
Yeah, that's why Dr. Susie example, she, in the end, she come out with the mind map. So she don't have any theory to relate to her study. So she come out with the mind map from her result or her findings.
So, itu saja. Ada apa-apa lagi? Sudah. Oh, percakapan je.
Any question?
Research is about what you want to do. Do not fix what you want to, how you want to do it, how many people you want to decide. We answer your question. Yes.
Actually based on the match achievement technique. So your display is based on your data, your table actually. Is it true? And it based on your conclusion and also verification.
You mean the table I came up with this one? This one I table this. It's based on what I took out from my transcript. Transcript data, my raw data. Yes, the code. The code came from the raw data.
Observation, interview, and any.
Yes. Yes.
Or you want to get a.
That one is just for the.
So any confident also we come up with the result, not only quantitative, we have a result and numerical data also. In qualitative, we have numerical data, it's one say, category,
Model,
something like that.
That we have to solve the display it.
Yeah.
that's why you must do triangulation. All this my data, I do triangulation. That's why I just do interview. I went to see. Mereka kata saya buat dengan, saya assess dengan this, okay? Ada 10, saya masuk kenal, saya tengok lesson plan, kenal saya, yang ini dia tak guna langsung. So I do triangulation, things like that. You can access my thesis at Lucia West Australia. You can. It's not that good a thesis, but it will just give you an idea on how to do the qualitative part. Because that one I struggled. My supervisor.
My thesis, pure quantitative. I didn't touch qualitative.
But please remember, itu zaman itu, sekarang ni banyak benda dah berkembang. Tapi inti qualitative is very basic. Okay, it's based on your data memberikan makna, tetapi bukan suka hati makna anda tahu. You kena separate between pengalaman, raw pengalaman and that person. Itu sebabnya kena pandai tanya soalan. If now I do research on this and I take some participant lain, saya sudah buat research, saya sepatutnya dah ada pengalaman sendiri, betul? Tetapi bila saya nak melihat data terkini, katalah saya buat di sini. Saya buat sama tim apa tu, Pak Tony dengan Pak Info, saya buat di initial. Alright? Dan saya kena baca apa yang ada, not based on dipengaruhi oleh research saya sendiri. Saya kena asing. Alright? Okay?
Ada soalan.
Nah, ada soalan. Kalau ada apa-apa, saya tidak ada apa-apa. Saya mereka sudah itu betul banyak.
Okay, thank you very much for Dr. Susi and Dr. Nafus. Big applause for Dr. Frank. Thank you for your comprehensive, complete, insightful, detail about qualitative research. Teman-teman dan Bapak Ibu, jangan lupa besok masih ada satu event lagi ya. Sudah tahu ya? Hah? Belum tahu. Jadi besok masih ada satu event lagi yaitu writing clinic. Jadi untuk besok itu akan lebih menarik gitu ya. Karena besok Bu Susi kemudian Bu Novus akan lebih memberikan insight kepada kita, kepada Anda tentang bagaimana menulis artikel, bagaimana to prepare artikel sebelum nanti mungkin disubmit ke jurnal gitu. Dan mungkin kalau dari teman-teman ada yang sudah memiliki draft artikel, mungkin yang setelah selesai skripsi atau Bapak Ibu dari mahasiswa S3 mungkin yang sudah memiliki draft artikel, kami sarankan untuk besok hadir lagi mengikuti sesi kita, insya Allah dimulai jam 9 sampai jam 3. 6 hours.
We request any draft article you plan to submit to the journal to make the process easy for you.
Ya. Jadi
akan didampingi nanti sampai submit lah gitu. Ya, maka besok kami berharap teman-teman dan Bapak Ibu bisa hadir kembali. Ruangannya tetap di ruangan ini, kita mulai jam 9. Dan untuk yang belum register untuk besok, mohon untuk register dulu karena eh, kami sampaikan kepada teman-teman sekretariat untuk besok diprioritaskan untuk yang sudah register dulu gitu ya. Ya, jadi disiapkan artikelnya, silakan register melalui link yang sudah di-share kepada Anda atau belum? Belum ya? Belum ya? Oh iya. Yang S2 S3 kemarin yang di email itu sudah ada rating kliniknya belum kemarin ya? Oh belum ya? Ada kan? Ada kan? Yang rating klinik. Ya udah nanti saya kirim lagi deh. Untuk yang mahasiswa S2 S3 itu kemarin saya email semuanya. Untuk yang mahasiswa S1 nanti biar di-share Pak Kadek gitu ya. Ya, gimana? Vivo-nya bisa dibagi. Nanti Pak Kadep akan belikan license-nya. Ini karena oke. Jadi Dr. Novus menyampaikan kalau Anda apalagi yang mungkin tertarik dengan SLR dan mungkin sudah punya draft tentang SLR, besok merupakan kesempatan emas gitu ya gitu. Ya, oke. Meskipun Anda belum punya draft nggak apa-apa.
It's really difficult to make it in one day, one night.
Jadi eh, termasuk mungkin Anda kalau sudah punya ide begitu, ya any idea might be terkait dengan riset, utamanya yang mahasiswa S3 saya kira ya, untuk yang besok itu Bapak Ibu dari S3 mungkin yang lain yang hari ini belum hadir bisa disounding, utamanya yang sudah punya draft artikel itu besok bisa dibawa, tetapi how many PhD student Pak Kadep? 70. Ya.
They don't have data, so they can write it.
Yo. Itu begitu ya. Untuk besok yang sudah punya draft silakan dibawa, yang belum pun silakan dibawa. Jadi kalau sudah punya ide yang dibawa misalkan SLR begitu, silakan dibawa artikel-artikel yang mau direview gitu. Itu bisa dikumpulkan. Bisa besok silakan dikonsultasikan selama 6 jam gitu dengan para expert kita. Baik begitu ya. Saya kira hampir jam setengah 12. Eh, acara bisa kita akhiri untuk hari ini. Terima kasih atas kehadiran dari teman-teman dan Bapak Ibu semuanya, dan terima kasih untuk Dr. Susi, Dr. Novus. Kita sekali lagi kita beri aplaus yang meriah untuk berdua. Besok ketemu kembali gitu ya. Baik, mudah-mudahan hari ini ada guna dan manfaatnya. Kita bertemu kembali besok. Saya akhiri, aku kalam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oh iya, foto dulu, foto dulu. And to get foto sosial. Mas Wahid, oh ini Mbak Eca. Oke, semuanya tenang dulu, foto dulu, formal dulu ya. Duduk anteng dulu. Oke, dihitung yang keras ya. Yang di depan satu. Proyektornya ganggu pakai bom dan mati ya betul. Nah. Satu, dua, tiga. Lagi cakrawalanya. Cakrawala. Satu, dua, tiga. OM the only one. Satu, dua, tiga. Bebas. Satu, dua, tiga. Oke, terima kasih.